Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, refrain from charging devices overnight to avoid fire hazards, says JFB. The Jamaica Fire Brigade is urging persons to refrain from charging electronic devices overnight to prevent fire hazards. JFB Commissioner Stuart Beckford told the news in an interview that devices such as mobile phones and tablets and laptop computers are powered by lithium-ion batteries, which can be damaged if overcharged. So don't ever charge your cell phone overnight, because you just don't know when the battery in that phone will go into what is referred to as a thermal runaway, he said. Thermal runaway occurs when the lithium-ion cell enters an uncontrollable self-heating state, which may result in the rejection of gas fume and a fire. If you put your phone to charge and go to sleep, chances are you are not going to unplug it until the next morning when you wake up. That's probably 5-6 hours. It doesn't take that long to charge it. An hour and a half or 2 hours maximum will do, said Beckford. He elaborated that if persons need to charge their devices overnight, they should place it on a hard surface. What we have seen over time is that persons will be charging their cell phones and they have them in the bed. We have seen fires occur where persons left laptops charging in beds and sofas, so we discourage that practice, Beckford pointed out. He advised that while the use of the devices is important, persons should be aware of the risk involved and ensure that they know how to mitigate against them. St. Mary Local Authority still probing reported sexual assault at a drop-in center. The St. Mary Municipal Corporation has emphasized the need for individuals who use its state-run drop-in center to leave the facility at night. If the female residents want to venture to the drop-in center, the instructions are that they do so on the day when it's operational, and the relatives of those indigent persons would be responsible for them to come back home in the evenings, Mayor of Puerto Maria, Fitzroy Wilson, told the news. He noted that the facility will continue to provide meals, clothing, and health care, and its bathroom will remain available for use. We cannot provide lodging as we are not equipped to do so, Wilson stressed on Tuesday. His comments came almost a week after a meeting to discuss reports that a mentally challenged woman had been sexually assaulted at the drop-in center a few weeks earlier. According to the mayor, the department which oversees the facility successfully made a contact with the relatives of the woman. She is said to spend most of her time living on the streets, but uses the drop-in center from time to time. The individual who was involved was medically examined and was assisted by the Poor Relief Department to locate the family members in the parish who were asked to keep her and supervise her at home, Wilson stated. A few weeks ago, a video surfaced of the alleged assault, and during the last monthly meeting of the SMMC, the mayor rapped the Poor Relief Department for its failure to provide a report on the incident. At the time, Wilson said this was not the first sexual assault at the facility. A report of the most recent attack was subsequently provided at a follow-up meeting on March 19, and an investigation has been launched. On Tuesday, Wilson stressed the need to keep some details out of the public domain. Due to the sensitivity of the situation, we have met with the stakeholders, director of the drop-in center, personnel from Ministry of Health, all the relevant persons who have anything to do with the running of the drop-in center, from the Poor Relief Department and the Municipal Corporation. We have gotten reports from those persons, and we have also done our own investigations, and we have referred it to the local government ministry for attention. As you know, when it comes to indigent and the poor, we cannot divulge certain information to the public, the mayor told the news. He gave a commitment to ensuring that the matter is dealt with appropriately. These were real issues that were raised by me because I was concerned. I will not let this go down as if it is not being treated with urgency, he assured. Wilson said a recommendation has been made for the police to do their investigations and take the necessary actions. Turning his attention to overall safety at the drop-in center, the mayor said the municipal corporation is looking at ways to boost the security. He was cautious about providing details, but he did say that once the ongoing probe is completed, recommendations will be made for the way forward. During the council meeting, it had emerged that there was uncertainty about whether the drop-in center security cameras were working and which security guard was on duty during the time of the incident. We have done our investigations at the corporation and have come close to narrowing down the time and the date when the incident took place. That is why we will have a hearing with the officer who was supposed to be on duty and will ask for a report of what transpired there, Wilson said Tuesday. We have to account better as to how we treat our elderly, our indigent, and our persons in need, and the persons under our poor relief department. We had a meeting, made certain proposals, and we are going to look back at them to see how feasible they are and how they are able to be implemented based on the financial constraints that we have presented to us now, he added. Taximan ticketed for sucking out a bottle while driving. A Lindsay St. Catherine taxi driver has shared a ticket online that he said he received for what a cop described as a violently sucking out a medium champagne buster and swirling his tongue around the rim of the bottle while transporting passengers. The $2,500 ticket, which has since gone viral on social media, has left many Jamaicans both amused and curious. But according to Assistant Commissioner of Police, Dr. Gary McKenzie, head of the Public Safety and the Traffic Enforcement Branch, the charge is no joke. If it's a public passenger vehicle and the driver is eating or drinking while carrying passengers, then he would be in breach of the law, McKenzie told the news. The description might be quite graphic, but it is what it is. The officer will describe what is seen. The law in question, coded as a P011 under the Road Traffic Act, prohibits a driver or conductor from eating or drinking while carrying a passenger. While most motorists might be familiar with the speeding tickets and the seatbelt violations, this particular offense is rarely highlighted. McKenzie made a point of warning PPV drivers to take it seriously. When you are operating a public passenger vehicle, the level of care required is much higher than that of a private driver. If one of your hands is occupied with food or drink, it reduces your ability to properly maneuver the vehicle and puts the passengers at risk, he explained. Though some members of the public have been laughing at the officer's rather colorful description of the incident, road safety officials remain focused on their mission, reducing traffic deaths. With 86 road fatalities recorded as of March 26, Jamaica has seen a 19% decrease in deadly crashes compared to the corresponding period last year. The Island Traffic Authority has credited this decline to stricter enforcement of road laws and is urging all motorists, especially PPV drivers, to be extra cautious. People don't realize that something as simple as drinking or eating while driving could lead to a serious accident. It might seem small, but these distractions add up, McKenzie added. The driver is scheduled to appear in the Linstead Parish Court on May 14. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.